So how to become an EdgeRank ninja. Facebook is trying to assassinate your content. That's kind of what this is all about. Over the years, as Facebook has added users, lots of people have overshared information, and what Facebook has done is created an algorithm that decides whether or not to publish your content or whether to show it to your audience. So we're going to learn a little bit more about that today. I can get to the next slide here. Wow, it's like technical problem day today. So these are the things that we're going to cover. What is EdgeRank? What does it measure? We're going to talk about some terms around EdgeRank: objects, edges, weight, affinity, and decay. How trending topics and Facebook ads play a role with EdgeRank. What EdgeRank looks like. The true business impact of engagement as it relates to EdgeRank. How EdgeRank has driven some changes to the Facebook user experience. How it impacts total audience analytics, calculating a general EdgeRank score. What's coming at you like a ninja, a little bit of a crystal ball gaze into the future of Facebook and EdgeRank and how it will impact all internet marketing. EdgeRank optimization outcomes, a little bit of case study activity, and then some tactics and advice. So we'll get right into it. What exactly is Facebook EdgeRank? It's an algorithm that determines where, when, and whether your content is shown in a user's newsfeed, and we've got the map laid out for you here. EdgeRank is affinity times weight times decay. And before everybody falls asleep looking at math, we'll come back to this later and go into a little bit more detail. In the meantime, let's kind of explain what this means. It's an algorithm sort of like the Google algorithm, right? To a degree, yes, but a little bit more sophisticated. Both are kind of all about content quality. Facebook isn't the only one filtering content for users based on quality and timeliness and engagement. Google, over the last year or so, has made a lot of updates related to content quality and being able to deliver the best quality to the user. These include the freshness update from November of 2011, the +1 button update, the Farmer Panda update. If anybody follows SEO, you're probably familiar with all of these. But really, every major Google algorithm shift for the last year has been about content quality. So between Facebook and Google, we've got both of these companies that are huge players for almost every interaction online, filtering content. Does Twitter have something like this? Not right now, but according to some recent news, they probably will. If anybody's following this story, Sumify is actually a curator of content that Twitter just picked up. So a lot of these big internet players have developed or are in the process of developing ways to curate content for their users to give them the best possible experience. So it is all about quality content. One of the things that we say a lot at Raidious is digital marketing doesn't work without content, and we've really refined that over the last couple of years. It's really not just about content, it's about quality content. Things that are going to be relevant to the user, things that are going to be engaging, compelling, remarkable. We hear people throw those words around all the time, but how do we really measure what quality content is? That's how EdgeRank's making its decisions. That's how the Google algorithm is making its decisions. So these are very subjective terms, right? Relevancy has to do with whether or not the audience has made a decision to view the content. If it's relevant to them, then they're probably going to take a look. Engaging, we can measure whether the audience has taken an action that indicates they've experienced the content. We can assume that they're engaged by that. Compelling, the audience was compelled to take a desired action. The content was literally compelling, or the content was remarkable. The audience remarked to someone else about the content via a retweet or something along those lines. We roll all of those metrics up into reach, engagement, conversion, and amplification at Raidious, and we use actually the Awareness Hub to measure some of these more subjective things, and that's one of the big ways that we've optimized our content that we develop for brands for this EdgeRank algorithm as well as the Google algorithm and others. So the big difference with EdgeRank versus the Google algorithm is that Facebook has more of your data than anyone else. So it can be much more specific about which content to show you based on your behavior, the behavior of people like you, the behavior of your friends. If you've been in email marketing for a while, you've probably gone through the challenges of how do I get more than just first name, last name, and email. And the more data fields you have in your email address, in your email database, the more you can target your messaging, and Facebook is kind of like an email database with hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of fields of data that update in real time as you use Facebook. So EdgeRank is more about behavior than it is context. It's really mapping out what our users are doing on Facebook and making decisions about what content to show them versus context, which is kind of how the Google algorithm works. So back to the map. What exactly is EdgeRank? Affinity, weight, and decay are the three measures of EdgeRank as far as we can tell. And EdgeRank determines the quality of what they call objects specific to the user. So an object can be content or it can be an action, and each individual object will have an EdgeRank score relative to each individual user. So that's another thing that's a little bit different than the Google algorithm. It will have an infinite number of scores based on the number of people on Facebook at the time when it's making the decision where to show content. This is just a quick example of how this works. So the object on the top will have a higher quality score, a higher EdgeRank score for me than it might for you, because it's more relevant, engaging, compelling, and remarkable to me than it is to you. I'm a drummer, and I love the Muppets, and this is a clip from a video with Buddy Rich playing drums with Animal from the Muppets. You know, I would definitely stop what I was doing and watch that. So it's very compelling to me and has a high EdgeRank score specifically for me. Content at the bottom would probably have a higher general EdgeRank score because just about everybody loves cute, cuddly little ninja kittens, right? So that's going to be relevant to more people and might have a higher EdgeRank score for a larger number of people. So that's a very big distinction. It's the quality of objects specific to the user. And again, this isn't just for content. Everything has an edge. So every action on Facebook is an object, a status update, a link share, videos or photos that you post, comments, likes, shares, clicks, all of those actions have multiple edges and associated EdgeRank scores unique to each audience member, which is kind of enough to make your head spin. How do you optimize for that? Because it's different for every single person. And what we found is we have to optimize against those three key measures of EdgeRank. The first one that is probably the easiest to deal with is weight. And what weight measures is the type of content that you're publishing. So this could be videos, photos, a status update, or a link. And some things are heavier, have more weight than others. A video has more weight than a photo has more weight than a link share, and a link share has more weight than a status update. And you can see this kind of play out in your Facebook user experience. The new homepage breaks out status updates separately because they're not quite as important from a weight perspective. Top stories are heavily weighted towards images and videos. You can see in my personal feeds, almost everything at the top of my feed is either an image or a video. Friend lists and past affinity plays a role. We'll talk about that here in a minute. And this impacts the stream as well. So it's not just what they're showing you, it's where this content gets published and how it gets shared with other people. So weight is a big factor, and that's an easy one to figure out from a content perspective. More video, more rich media in general, more photos will generally drive EdgeRank for you.